Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial on simple arithmetics in Microsoft Excel. We're going to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division using Excel. And we are going to come up with a shopping system, an inventory system of selling eggs from scratch so that we can learn how to use Excel to add, subtract, divide, and multiply. This is a practical approach so that you can understand how to use Excel for simple analysis. Let's begin. This is a sample Excel sheet, and I'm going to type the number of eggs that we expect in a single crate, because when we purchase eggs, we purchase them in crates, but when we sell them in single eggs. Let's say you can purchase 12 crates. Each crate has 30 eggs, but when you make sales in a shop, you sell them each single egg from the 30 crates, so that you can sell 15 eggs from a crate, so that you can have a balance of 15 eggs. So we purchase items in stacks, in boxes, in dozens, and such large quantities. Then we sell the retail at each we retail it at single item, one at a time, so that if we have a box that has 24 items, when we sell each item, you can get how much you're selling. So this is what we're going to do. Let's say we have eggs per crate. Those are 30 eggs. Then to make sure that all this is seen, you come to the margin between A and B, where there is this margin and the cursor forms this sign. Then you double click on it so that it expands and you can see all the details in cell A1. So eggs per crate is 30, and as we move forward, we'll see how we can make the system work well. Therefore, assume the days of the week are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We can do it that way, Monday or Sunday to Saturday. The other option that we can do is type in this cell Sunday, then we move to the tip of the right hand side, this corner where it forms a square, a very small square. Then what we do is we move the cursor until it forms the positive sign, then you click and drag. It goes to Saturday. And our records, we want to keep the records until 4 weeks. So this is the first week. For the second week, we continue. This is the second week, from Sunday to Saturday. Let's go to the third week. Then we go to the fourth week. Assuming these are sales for the month of, let's move to the corner. These are egg sales for October 2022. Now, what we begin is, let's have the balance brought forward for the previous month. Let's say balance of eggs from September. So we write so in September we had a balance of eggs. They were, let's say, 15 eggs or 15 crates of eggs. So we type here 15, and we have to write here balance of egg crates so that it is easy for you to understand. Balance of egg crates were 15, and what we have next is number of eggs. So the number of eggs will be, there are 30 eggs in one crate. So this is what we saw here. The number of eggs per crate is 30. So the total number of eggs that we have, we'll have to multiply. And this is where now we're taking the multiplication that we were talking about, the simple arithmetics. So we are going to begin with multiplication. So to find the total number of eggs in cell B2, so that on Sunday, how many eggs do we have on this day? On this day, Sunday. Let's delete this so that it is easy for us to create a clear record. Highlight the whole row because you want to eliminate the whole row. Then you right click, then you click delete. Yes, now we have all the rows as we need. The next step is to calculate the number of eggs that we have. We'll take row B1 multiplied by row B5, and we want to be multiplying this all the time so that it is easy for us to make computations. So what we do, we type an equal sign equals the number of crates per egg, the number of eggs per crate, 30, we multiply by the balance of egg crates, which is 15. So it gives you, we have 450 eggs at the beginning of October 2022. So what we do is, since we want a clear record where we will not be typing in all the time, first we can do this by moving to the tip of this cell, to the bottom right tip of the cell, and drag. But you find that it gives you 0 all the time, 0, 0, 0 all the time, and you won't be computing this all the time. So what we'll do is we lock cell B1 so that we find the number of eggs that we are going to do, because you see this takes cell D1 multiplied by cell this. If it takes cell, let's see an example of this. It takes cell D1 multiplied by cell D5. Find that in cell D1 we have nothing, and cell D5 we have nothing. That is why we have 0. So we have to lock this so that all the multiplications will just have to pick from B1, so that it takes cell B1. You lock it using the $sign. So what we do is you hold shift down and press 4 so that it gives you the $sign. So that means that we have locked cell B1. All the calculations for the eggs per crate will be using cell B1. So that is what we have. So example, when we have here 3 crates, you'll find that and this is done here, you'll find that it will take 3 crates times 30 eggs. It gives you 90 eggs. Assuming here we change this value to, now let us copy this, the entire of this cell to this, or to the whole of the other side. Yes, we have zeros there. And we find that in case here we have we buy 35 crates, let's see the number of eggs we'll have. We'll have 1050 eggs. Assuming on Thursday here we purchase 67 crates, we'll have 2010 crates. So that is the basics of what we are doing. So I want to delete this, or I click on the cell, then click delete. I tap on the cell or click on the cell and click delete. Here too, I click on the cell and click delete, so that we have only the number of crates that we have the balance brought forward. Now, in a business operation, we always sell these eggs and they decrease every time. So assuming that on Sunday we sold 200 eggs, so let's label this row as eggs sold. When we sell eggs per item, we count them and we say we sold 250 eggs. So what we do, we'll take the balance for the day to find the balance of eggs. This means the total number of eggs. We will take 450, then we take 250 subtracted from 450, and that is now the subtraction that we want. It will be 450 minus 250. Then you click enter. You find that the balance of eggs is 200 eggs. If you want to convert this to the number of crates that you have, number of crates remaining, or what you have in stock, or the inventory remaining, you will take, now you will use the division sign, dividing. You will take 200 divided by the number of eggs per crate. So that one we're going to use now the division sign. When you use the division sign, you're going to divide what you so that you can get the number of crates remaining. So what you do, you type the equals sign, equals, then after that you click on the cell. That is what we are entering a formula. This cell divided by, using the slash sign, divided by the number of eggs per crate. Then you click enter. So here what you have to do, you also have to lock cell B1 so that it is easy for you to always, you don't have to be typing all the time divide by 30 or divide by something. You have to lock cell B1 so that it's easier for you. So what you type is, you hold the shift sign and press 4, then you move to for B, then again we move to the middle between B and 1, also hold shift and type the dollar sign, then you close with the bracket and click enter. So what we are remaining with is 6.667 crates. 200 eggs is 6.667 crates. Then what we do now, we copy the entire of this formula until the end of the month. Copy the entire of this formula to the end of the month, which is Saturday. What we also do is the number of eggs sold. We will be entering in the number of eggs sold every time we make sales. The balance of eggs, it will be always B6 minus B8. This is B6 and this is B8. So the number of eggs sold, this one we just have to copy it. You do not have to lock any cell, because it will be taking the number of eggs sold in this row minus the number of eggs that you have minus the number of eggs sold, and it will give you always the balance of eggs. So what you do is you click this cell and move to the tip of the corner. You only click once and move to the tip of this bottom right corner where there is this square sign, and the cursor will change to a positive sign. Then you drag to the end. After dragging to the end, we will maintain the record. Now, what we have to do now is always enter the number of eggs sold. What we have to do is always enter the number of eggs sold in this entire row. So let's say on Monday we sold 150 eggs. The balance updates automatically. What we find here is we have a negative, the number of crates is negative. We have to investigate what could be the problem. That is because we have not made sure that now what we have on Monday has to be equal to what we have as a balance here. The number of eggs on Monday has to be equal to the number of eggs that remained as a balance here. So what we do is we're going to type equal sign to the balance of the previous day. So here we have to type equal sign. It is equal to this. Then you click enter. Therefore, what you start with, the stock that you start with, or the inventory that you start with on Monday, has to be equal to the balance that or the closing stock that you had on Sunday. So if you have 200 and if you had 200 eggs, the balance on Monday morning will be 200 eggs. Then when you sell 150 eggs, your balance will be 50. And now on Tuesday, the balance will be equal sign. Then you select this. Then you click enter. So assuming on Tuesday we sold 350 eggs again, you'll find that now you have a negative of 10 eggs. It means that when you continued selling the eggs depleted, and now you do not have extra eggs. That means that on Monday you are supposed to replenish the number of eggs so that you have eggs ready before the end. Now, what we have to do is replenish the stock of eggs on Monday. Therefore, here the number of crates, we will say we bought 30 crates. And since we bought 30 crates, they have to be added to this, the balance of eggs, or how you are doing your business. So when we began, we just typed the function or the formula B1 times B5. Now, when we move to Monday, what we have to do is you take this balance, what you had, then you add to what you bought. So you take this 200 plus 200 plus the number of crates bought multiplied by the number of eggs per crate. Then you click enter. You have first to click enter before you insert the other function. So after doing that, first you have to put this into brackets so that it is easier to group the formulas together so that you do not get confused. You get that into the parentheses or the brackets. Then you lock cell C. You lock this cell B1 because it has the number of crates, the number of eggs per crate. Good. Now this function, we add it to. We have to copy it to the end of the month. Therefore, move to the tip of the right hand corner, the bottom right, and click and drag to the end. What we'll have to do is when, for example, add here 2 crates, let's see if there's a difference. You find that the number of eggs increased by 60. So let's delete this first and have it that way. You'll find that since we have inserted the formulas, we can now sell the eggs freely. Let's say on Wednesday we sold 45 eggs. You find that it decreases and it updates automatically. On Thursday we sold 620 eggs. Find that we have a deficit. So as you continue making the sales, you'll find that it continually tells you that you have to update the system. Therefore, let's not sell 620 eggs this day. Let's sell 320 eggs. So you find that on Thursday you have a balance of 7 crates. So on Friday you have to make a purchase order very fast before this number of crates are over. So let's say on Friday you purchase 45 crates of eggs. You find that it automatically updates. Then on Friday you sold 43 eggs. On Saturday you sold, assuming you sold 600 eggs. On Sunday you sold 340 eggs. On Monday you sold 240 eggs. The system automatically updates. Then on Tuesday, let's say you sold 167 eggs. On Wednesday you sold 450 eggs. Find that you have a deficit, so you have to make a replenishment on Wednesday, right way before the number of sales increases the quantity that you have. So let's say on Wednesday you have to purchase 600 and let's say you purchase 60 crates of eggs. Then you progress. Let me choose random numbers between because I have to make this analysis first. Let me say that I have to select random numbers so that I can demonstrate the system quickly, so that we can have the number of eggs sold from this day to the end of the month. Therefore, quickly let me type run between. The bottom is 150, the top is 3, let's say 420 or 360. I close. So this automatically updates, and we find that by Tuesday we had a deficit again. Therefore, as a stock or the inventory manager, you have to always make sure that anytime that you make the sales and you find that you are going below a certain number of crates, you make an order before they fall below the minimum. So let's say on Monday you bought 25 crates. On come here on Wednesday, on Friday, you find that you are way below the inventory level, or on Thursday the inventory levels are very low. So you have to make an order so that it is either delivered on Thursday or on Friday. So you request the number of crates to come to be 35. Then you find that on Wednesday again the number of crates are falling below a certain threshold level that you know that the farm needs. So what you have to do is make, let's say, an order for 45 crates, and that is how you use division, multiplication, subtraction to create a simple record. So let's say, for example, you want to highlight when the number of eggs falls below a certain minimum. You as a manager, you will be notified by the colors. So let's say you highlight this. After highlighting it, we'll use the conditional formatting. Conditional formatting, the home tab, styles, then we use conditional formatting. Then we use the color bars. The highlight rules will be when the number of crates falls below, let's say 10. It highlights for you so that it can be easy for you to make orders before they fall to the negative level. So click OK. So you find that anytime that the sales were below 10, or the balance of the crates, number of crates remaining are below 10, you have a highlight telling you that you have to make an order before it falls below the minimum. Yes, that is a simple addition. No, a simple, what we have used is division, subtraction, addition, and multiplication, because here we used addition. Escape. In this section we used subtraction. In this section we used multiplication, converting the number of crates to eggs. And in this section we used division, dividing the number of eggs or the balance of eggs remaining, you divide by the eggs per crate, then you highlight. So this is a simple, a very basic record to show you how the stocks are moving. You can make it easy for you to analyze in the farm or to create records, so that when you have a template and sometimes you make a mistake, it is easy for you to correct the mistake. Thank you, and watch for the next episode where we go into deeper details of how to format this so that it looks like a very good record for you to create a very nice report or presentation. Thank you.